Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. It is my final haul Sunday, which I've been doing a lot of recently. I won't be doing a haul, I don't think, for a little while now. So this is my final little haul. Well, not little. This is probably gonna be long because it usually is. It's my monthly PR unboxing haul. So if you guys don't like PR, I have a million other hauls on my channel, especially lately. Sephora clothing, I did a couple of those very recently. If you want to go check those out, I'll link them in this video. But if you want to see everything that I received this past month in PR, then keep watching. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is something I received from NARS, and I wanted to talk about this first because I'm wearing it on my face today. It's their new foundation, and I wanted to do a full video on this because I was having some issues with this foundation at first. It was because it was one of those foundations that, for me, primer is really important for what I put on top, and I was having difficulty finding a primer that was suitable for this. And it was looking really dry on my skin because I was surprised for this being called their Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. And for something that had radiant in the name, I found this really matte on my skin, but it was because of the primers I was using underneath. It was too matte. And my Smashbox primerizer using under this foundation is so amazing. I love the combination of it. I have a couple really great foundation and primer combinations I want to tell you guys about in this video, but this is my first that I discovered was the primerizer with this foundation. So I have been loving this foundation. The one I have on my face currently is in my makeup bag, but I have the shade Stromboli, which is a perfect shade for me when I'm self-tan. I've been using Stromboli for years in NARS Sheer Glow, and I love the color. I have a couple more full sizes they sent me, and then they have every single shade in a sample size, which I love how they did the PR for this because you can definitely find your perfect shade with all the samples that they have in there, but they surprisingly sent me my perfect shades, which were Stromboli. I have Vanuatu, I think it's called, which is when I'm more neutral, so when my tan is fading, and then I have Punjab, which is my natural skin tone. So they did a perfect job at selecting my skin tones. So I am wearing Stromboli right now. It's what I have on my skin. Long wearing. It looks exactly like this at the end of the day when I wash off my face using that primerizer. Otherwise, it does look a little bit dry on my skin, and I do have normal to slightly dry skin, so I just wanted to let you guys know if you were to try this foundation and it was looking dry on your skin, because I know for me it was, use something very, very moisturizing underneath, and typically I do, but I was trying pore filling primers, and this foundation I don't find needs a pore filling primer. It's really good on its own for smoothing out the skin. I feel like my skin looks pretty smooth. I just need something super moisturizing. So that was my pretty much a review in this video, so maybe I won't even bother doing a review on that. But let me know if you guys want to see it anyways. And then they released a bunch of more shades in their Radiant Creamy Concealer, and they sent 3. One just fell behind my vanity as I was picking it up. I'm like, really? Did you have to do that right now? So they did send me over 3 shades, but there are 6 new shades in total. So I love that they're expanding that line because this is one of my favorite concealers of all time. For my next foundation combo I wanted to talk about, I got this primer, and it's the Milk Makeup Luminous Blur Stick, and I received it in my Influencer box this month. And Influencer, anyone can sign up for. You basically fill out your profile, and if it happens to match a product that is launching and Influencer is sending out to people, then they'll notify you. You take a short little survey, and you'll either qualify or you don't. And I qualified for this, and I absolutely love this. And the thing is, Milk Makeup had their blur stick out previous. I had never found myself reaching for it. However, I always reach for this. And this gives your skin a luminosity, but it also blurs out your pores, which is very rare for something that's pore filling to also be luminous without accentuating your pores. But this does that for me, and I think this is a great pair with my Smashbox Stick Foundation, which is a more medium coverage, because this on its own with a full coverage foundation like my NARS that I'm wearing right now, it's not really going to do anything because the full coverage is going to cover up that glow. But if you use something more sheer, medium coverage, it's going to pair perfectly with this stick, plus give you luminosity, pore filling. So good. So definitely recommend this guy using with your more medium to sheer foundations, which I found worked really nicely with that. Super quick routine in the morning. I use that Smashbox Stick Foundation with that blur stick. It's been a go-to of mine. Then Ciate London came out with more of their glitter flip liquid lip colors. And I thought these were really fun. I used these in one of my other PR hauls, but they came out with a bunch of colors, perfect for Valentine's Day. So they have Trouble, Undressed, and Valentine. They're so pretty. I love the colors that they came out with this time around, and launching these around Valentine's Day with one that's called Valentine. Undressed is like a perfect nude color. I just think these were really great launch right now. So really cool. If you haven't tried these yet, I would definitely recommend them. They go on matte, but you wait a couple minutes, press your lips together, and they turn into this glitter beautifulness. They're just so cool. Then Charlotte Tilbury sent over a package, which I'm always so excited for because I love, 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 love Charlotte Tilbury with a passion. Just love her. And they have their new Filmstar Bronze and Blush Glow, and it has a mini powder brush with this, and then they sent over one of their Luminous Modern Matte Long Lasting lipsticks, and let me tell you guys, this is long lasting. I don't want to even swatch it on my hand because I swear I still have a stain from the other day on my hand from this. But the packaging of Charlotte Tilbury is just so beautiful. It's honestly my favorite. Rose gold. It just looks luxe. This is the color. A stunning, stunning deep vampy color. Gonna get so much use out of that. And then they have this blush kit, which comes with a little brush, which I'm going to throw in my purse. Perfect for the purse. And then this beautiful packaging. This is what inside looks like. I was wearing this blush yesterday, and it's beautiful. It's very pigmented. These look very light when you look at them, but honestly, this is like the contour color in the Filmstar Bronze and Glow kit. And then this blush is beautiful, especially with the tan right now. I love these colors. It just gives you that pop of pink, really healthy flush, and it's super pigmented, that blush. So definitely love this, though I do feel like they need to come out with a deeper set because that bronze is not going to bronze up very many people because it's very light. Then Maybelline sent over a package. I got a bunch of their new Tattoo Studio waterproof brow gels, and I have one in my brows right now. I just filmed a review on it. And I've been using this since I got these. Literally the day they showed up in the mail, I put it on my brows and I've been absolutely loving it. I'm not going to talk about them here, even though you know I love it now, but I'll link the video in case you want to see how I apply it to my brows, my overall thoughts, demo, all that kind of stuff. I'll link you to that video. And then they sent over a bunch of new releases, their spring 2018 launches. So they have their new Molten Rose Gold highlighter, which I already went to Walmart and picked up myself. I could not wait. So I have an extra one of those. And then this prismatic highlighter, which when I first swatched this, I'm like, oh my goodness, this has a ton of micro glitters in it. And it looks super chunky at first. But this is one of those products that you need to buff into your skin. And it gives you a really nice glow, but if you do not like micro glitter, do not pick this up because it does have glitter in it. So I have like a love-hate with that. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But it's definitely a product you need to buff into the skin because if you were just going to swipe that on your finger, you'd be like, no. No, 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 no. And then they have two new eyeshadow palettes that look really pretty. We have the City Kits Pink Edge Eye and Cheek palette, and I've been loving their formula for eyeshadows. And then they have the Burgundy Bar, which how beautiful is that? So I've been really impressed with Maybelline eyeshadows as of lately, so I'm really excited to play around with those. And then they have this really cool metallic lip kit that they sent along. I think I saw a promo of Nikki Tutorials using this and it looked really cool. So they have a balm and then you can add the metallic on top. So this is definitely something I'm gonna have to play around with, maybe do a little Instagram thing with that. But so cool. And then we have the Lasting Drama Light Liner in Starlight Gold. This looks really pretty. I'm gonna swatch that up close for you guys. I haven't opened it yet. And then we have their Total Temptation Brow Definer, which I already purchased from Ulta, and they sent me Deep Brown, which is my shade, which is awesome because I absolutely love this brow pencil. But I like that tattoo product more. Just so you guys know. And then they sent me a couple shades of their Superstay Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, which I already did a review on as well, that I purchased from Ulta. I couldn't wait for them to send me stuff. Even though they send me PR, I always like to buy their new releases. So I have a couple extra shades of these, which will have to go to someone else. Then Too Faced sent over their White Peach palette. And I've used this upwards of 4 times, I think, now. It looks like this, and they also have a 24-hour shadow insurance, which I love, and they're better than Sex mascara, which I also love. But the white peach palette, unfortunately, I don't care for, and I'll tell you why. Normally, I don't care about kick up, but when the product itself lacks pigmentation, which I feel like this does, it barely shows up on my skin, and I don't think I'm that dark. I do have a tan on, but this is going to work for very many people if you're very fair maybe, but even so, I do feel like it still lacks pigmentation. So it's not my favorite formula that Too Faced has done, so I was kind of disappointed with that. They also sent a random package earlier in the month with a Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer, which is one of my favorite primers of all time, is this guy. I find it similar to the Smashbox Primerizer if you're looking for something super moisturizing but also prolongs your makeup. Silicone free, so it feels really nice on the skin, doesn't have that silicone slick to it. And then they also have their replenishing primer and setting spray, which I also like to use as a primer, not a setting spray. It works really well as a primer. I don't care for it as a setting spray, but 2 products I still really like. Then I got this package from Garnier, and it's their Haute Delicacy line. They're whole blends, and inside it looks like this. I have yet to try this out, but they have a gentle shampoo, a gentle conditioner, a gentle dry shampoo. I should set aside because I had to pull my hair back today because Mama needed some dry shampoo badly. And then they have this oat milk bath, which I'm also going to set aside. I don't think you can buy this though, it's just kind of part of the PR. But they have this whole new Haute Delicacy line, which I'm really excited to play around with, especially the dry shampoo. Let's actually smell this. It smells so good. That smells good. I hope it works. Please don't leave a white cast. Please. And I also received a package from L'Oreal. I did a sponsored video with them this month. It's not in here right now because it's in my makeup bag. I've been using it a ton. And it's their X Fiber mascara. It's a new mascara, 2-step system. Did a whole video on it, as I said, so I'll link you to it. I absolutely love it. It has a black primer, which you guys know I love that Maybelline black primer. So it's like that, but 2-sided black primer, and then it has a lengthening fiber mascara to it. So it really gives you intense volume to your lashes, plus a black primer on the other end. It was literally perfect, like made for me, because I've been wishing that a 2-step like that would come out, but with a black primer to it, because I've just been loving black primers. I'm like shaking with excitement, but it's so good. So definitely check that out. Then e.l.f. sent over a package, and this is mostly skincare. It's all skincare actually. So we have the Beauty Shield Antioxidant Enriched Skin Protection. It's a magnetic mask. I used one of those popular magnetic masks and it broke me out, so I'm kind of afraid to use this. So I'm going to have to look in the ingredients. I have very sensitive skin, by the way. So it's not a surprise that something like that would break me out. And then they have this Prep and Hydrate Balm with purified water, shea, and vitamin E. And I love sticks like this if you have dry patches on the skin to smooth over prior to makeup. It works really well. I have a MAC one kind of like this. And if you have very dry, flaky skin, those are great for that. And then we have these charcoal hydrogel under eye masks. Depuff and detoxify for a bright and re-energized under eye area. So I'm excited to play around with those. Contains 3 sets. Single-use eye masks. Ooh, something else. Haha, I didn't see you before. And we also have the Hydrating Water Sheet Mask. The next product I have is from GlamGlow, and it's their new Water Burst Hydrated Glow Moisturizer for 72-hour hydration. And I started using this month because I ran out of my moisturizer. And let's see how far. I'd say I'm like 1/3 of the way done. And I've been using this morning and night pretty much. And this is really nice on the skin. However, I do prefer this more at night because sometimes I find this takes a little bit to sink into my skin because it feels great. Very hydrating on my skin, but it leaves a little bit of slickness to my skin. So I don't like it for certain foundations because I have an issue with products I mix, and this is one of those things. If I apply it too close to me putting on one of my foundations, it doesn't really work well. But for its intention of a moisturizer that's hydrating, it absolutely does hydrate the skin. So really have been enjoying that. And then Belif sent over a bunch of products, And they're one of my favorite skincare companies, you guys. I love their stuff, and this is a new line I haven't heard about. It's their Peat Miracle line, and they have a clay mask, a Revital serum concentrate. We have their Revital cream and an eye cream. So I wanted to start using a couple of these products. Their Moisture Balm moisturizer is hands down my favorite moisturizer ever. So I can't wait to try out these products. I really love Belif, as I said, so haven't heard anyone talk about the Peat line, so I'm excited to play around with those. One more thing I almost forgot. They have, and dog hair, story of my life. They have this Bomba body lotion with ylang ylang for dry skin types, and I have tried this out and like it. So that's why it was over there, because I was using it. One of my favorite things, probably the favorite thing that I received this month, and I don't know, it's one of my favorite things I've ever received actually, is this case from L'Oreal, and it has my Instagram handle on it. Stores a ton of makeup, and they fill this full of their products. I was so happy when they sent this over. I Instagram storied it, but like things like this just blow my mind. So other people are gonna definitely get use out of a lot of these products, because I do buy a lot of L'Oreal and they always send me stuff. So I have a ton of doubles in here, some new products and primers. There's sponges, which I love, and they have something that I haven't tried, which is their concealer sponge, which I've been really excited for. So I feel like I need to do a drugstore first impression or something like that. This blew my mind. I could cry. I'm not gonna cry. I've been crying too much because I've been watching This Is Us. Why didn't no one tell me about that show? Such a good show, but yeah, we're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry today. Not today. Then Rimmel London Canada sent over some of their new foundations and concealers, and I wanted to do a full video on this if you guys are interested, because it really caught my eye. It's their Lasting Finish 25 hour. It's more than a day. Breathable medium coverage foundation. Love the bottle. I love glass bottles. And then they have two of the concealers that also go along with that foundation. So if you guys want to see a full video on this, I'm more than happy to do that for you, because trying foundations is my favorite thing in the world. And they also have this Lasting Finish Breathable primer. So we could do a whole video on that if you guys want. Just say yes and I'll do it. I want to do it. Please say yes. Then NARS also sent over, pretty recently I got this, is their new Danger Control eyeshadow palette. And this looks perfect for the spring. Here are the shades, all very light pastel colors. Just think it will be really pretty for spring looks, just a pop of one of these colors on the lid. Really pretty. They have interesting shifts to them as well. And then I also received a package from NYX, and it's a bunch of their new product from this collection. Love You So Mochi. FedEx delivered this. The whole bottom part of this box was coming out. So I'm surprised this wasn't more damaged than it was, but the eyeshadow palette came broke. But it's just the casing. The product itself is still fine, but I've yet to use that. I wonder what happens on those FedEx trucks sometimes. And then they have a bunch of these powder puff lippies. I love these, and they have some really pretty colors. Like, I love all these tones. And I have an Instagram photo of me wearing one of them. It's my profile picture now because I love the color so much. So these are really great, really comfortable on the lips, good pigmentation, nice color selection. The applicator, I'm not like the biggest fan on the applicator, but other than that, they're really, really good. Then Pixi sent over this really cute package. It has a lock and key. And then you open it up and they have their Skin Treats line. They have their Rose Caviar Essence and their Rose Flash Balm. I love rose anything, so I can't wait to try those. And I've already tried out their Matte Last Liquid Lipsticks, and these are really nice. I was wearing matte beige in an Instagram photo, and I really like that color. Then Makeup Forever came out with a bunch of colors for their Artist Shadow line, and they changed them from being their circles to these squares. I guess they're supposed to be a little bit more palette friendly, but I picked out these two shades I think I picked these out around Christmas because of the colors. I really wanted to try this one especially, and then I don't have anything quite like this khaki green, and then they just kind of sent that color along. I love the formula of the Makeup Forever Artist Shadows. They're one of the best on the market in my opinion. Very blendable, very pigmented, long wearing. Again, these have minimal kick up to them. They're just really great shadows and highly recommend them. I don't even think they needed to change them. They could have came out with more colors, even though I feel like they pretty recently did that as well, but they're just stepping it up even more. So can appreciate that from a company when they're always trying to improve, though I don't think anything was wrong with the old ones. But these are still good. Nearing the end, I got a package from Model's Own, and I unboxed these on Instagram stories, which I've been trying to do more recently. Is when the parcels come in, I do like to go on Instagram stories. They have this Barely There 2 palette, and Model's Own you can get from Ulta, and I love the case on this. Easy to clean, white, really nice. And this reminds me so much of the Lorac Unzip palette, but for a more affordable price. So I haven't touched that yet, but it looks really pretty. Nice soft colors for Valentine's Day maybe. Can do a look. Tried to do something kind of soft for Valentine's looking here. I didn't film it though, but I probably will film it for Instagram. I'm thinking. Trying to test out some looks. A few of these things were frozen when I got it off the truck. Honestly, as soon as I get something in the mail, I like rip into it. I can't do one of those PR hauls where everything's not unboxed because it's like Christmas when it comes and I can't wait to open everything. I would never ever be able to wait that long to open these things. So this I opened right away and they were actually frozen, so I haven't had the chance to use them, but now that I remember that I need to use these guys, they're their full coverage concealers. They have a bunch of different colors in there, so I'm really excited to play around with those now that they've thawed out. Then Avon Canada, last thing I received, they always spoil me. They sent me a bunch of these glasses, which are super pretty. I might actually use these in my room to store some brushes, even though they're supposed to be for liquids. They just are so pretty. I feel like they'd look nice in my room for spring, so I might have to store some brushes in these. So there's 4 pieces to this set. Has a little butterfly. They remind me of my Oma, so, and she loves purple, so just feel like I need to keep these in this room. Then they have a couple cute little makeup pouches. And inside, this one really caught my eye. It's a contour and highlight little stick. Avon's like on it for trends. And no one ever talks about them, but they're always coming out with like the latest things, like a Kim K kind of contour stick. Whoever's their product research and development, they deserve a raise, I think. They're doing awesome. And then they have this really pretty highlighter in Moonlit. And then they also have a cream one that you can layer. They're like on it for trends. Like, that's what you do. You can layer it on top of that cream. So I really was impressed with this little package here. I'm not sure what this is, but they have a ton of little tweezers on a chain here. So I might give some of those away to my friends. You want a little tweezer to keep in your bag? And then they have a bunch of their Skin So Soft Comforting Shea body wash and a body lotion. And their lotions are always really great. So a bunch of things from Avon, so thank you so much. And that is everything for my February New and Beauty PR haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It actually didn't take me too long to film because I wasn't stumbling over my words like I usually am. And there's just so many great things on the market. I do like to dive into everything if I can and have a chance to play around so I can give you guys more of an opinion. So it's not just like, here, this is what I have. I like to actually use things and review them for you guys when they get here. So thank you guys again so much for watching. This is probably the end to our Sunday night hauls for a little bit. Unless you guys want me to keep it up, because I'm sure I could find something else to haul for you guys. But for now, we're going to take a break from hauls, get back to some tutorials, reviews, things like that. And that's it for today. So thank you for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys in my next video.